Hey, hi and hello guys. Welcome to our Uipath Impulse channel. And today we are going to see how to use a drop-down box in our Uipath apps. So let's get started. Let me create a new Uipath apps. Let's say Uipath Impulse app. Hit on create. Okay. So right now I'm just going to use a blank page. I'm not going to use a template for today's app. So today's app is going to be simple. Let's create a header. Just drag and drop the header over here. Let's rename this header as, let's say, buy exclusive mobile phones here. Okay, so this is going to be our header. We also have an option to make this as a center aligned. When we hit on this center align button, it will change to the center aligned. Now let's use another label. Here we are just going to display the list of mobile phones brand. So before that, we are going to use this label. Let's say list of mobile phone brands. Okay. And let's change this into the center aligned. And we also have an option to make it as large text. And we also have an option to change the font color. Let's change the font color to blue. Okay. So now go to add control, type drop down. Here you can see there is a drop down option. So this is our drop down box in the Uipath apps. Let's change this into a center aligned, or we can also extend to the full page. As of now, let's use this as center aligned. Okay, so far we have created a drop down box. So as we know, if we hit on drop down box, we will see the collections of values. Okay, so to give the input values as a collection, we have an option in our Uipath app is called list source. So let's explore how to use this list source. So as we know, we will be displaying a list of values in the drop-down box, right? So we are going to use our pre-built list functions. So in Uipath apps, we will have a pre-built functions. We are just going to drag and drop this list function. So you can see there is a thing called list value 1, value 2. So you can see it will return a list of strings. So this is what we are going to use it over here. Now you can see there is a syntax. We're just going to do the same. Okay, as we discussed earlier, we are just going to display the mobile brands. Let's give a mobile phone brand, Redmi, and maybe iPhone. Samsung. Let's say OnePlus. Okay. So as of now, it's okay. hit on close. So we have given the value for the drop down box. Let's see how it works. Hit on save. Let's hit on preview. Let's see how it works. Okay, so this is our preview page. So if someone is going to create a web application and they're gonna use a drop down. So now let's hit on drop down. Now you can see Redmi, iPhone, Samsung and OnePlus. So these are the brands which we have given as an input in our designer panel. Okay, so let's choose any mobile phone brand. Let's choose as Samsung. Let's choose as. So now we have selected the value in the drop down list. Now you ask me how I can use this selected value for our further operation. Okay, so let's see how it can be done. So what we need now is we just need to store this selected value to some variable, right? So we have an option in Uipath apps. So this is the one, selected value binding. Here we are going to use a app variable. So there is a features in Uipath apps called app variable. Here we can create a variable how we do in the Uipath Studio. Let's create a variable like selected drop down value. Okay, so just simply drag and drop this app variable over here. So once we selected whatever the value in the drop down, it will store into this selected drop down value variable. Okay, now if we want to if we want to see what is the value that we selected, let's do this way. Let's use a label. Change into center aligned. Go to general and let's rename as selected. Okay, so this is good. Maybe change into large text. Now we choose a text box. So usually whatever the value which we given in the text box will be stored into the particular variable, right? Here we are going to use our app variable in the value binding so that we can see whatever the value which we selected in the dropdown will be displayed over here. Okay, now let's save and see how it works. Okay, so by exclusive mobile phones here, list of mobile phone brands. Let me choose any brand. Let's say Samsung. You can see our Samsung is displayed in our text box. It means our selected value binding is working perfectly. If you select Redmi, it will be displaying here iPhone. Okay, so this is what I want you guys to know about the drop-down box. So today we have learned how to use a drop-down box, how to use a list function, how to use a selected value binding, and how to use an app variable. Hope you guys find it useful. We will see in next video. Until then, bye bye, take care. Thank you so much.